Customer and brand. We all know that a strong brand is one which has powerful appeal. It has the capacity to draw people and materialize exchanges in the competitive marketplace. In the third lesson of brand management, we will explain customer buying decisions, describe perspectives on consumer behavior, and explain customer segmentation. After going through this presentation, you should be able to describe perspectives on consumer behavior, explain consumer decision process, customer segmentation, customer-based brand equity and brand reflection, preferences and personality. Perspectives of consumer behavior are: economists view consumers as being rational and utility maximizers. The utility theory proposes that consumers will select from given alternatives within budget constraints that combination of goods and service which would provide the maximum utility by equating marginal utilities per rupee spent for all goods. The passive view on consumer behavior holds an entirely opposite view. This idea of consumer is consistent with the selling concept. Earlier, selling efforts focused on getting the customers to buy by all means, by hook or by crook. Emotional perspective views the consumer from the psychological angle. Consumers tend to be feelings or emotions driven. The widespread usage of emotional appeals and symbolism in advertising and brands is based on this model. The cognitive perspective views consumers as capable of cognitive or thinking activity. In the cognitive paradigm, consumers purchase goods or services to solve their problems. This idea is much more realistic and effective in explaining consumer buying behavior. A customer faces a hierarchy of levels of choice to actually reach brand choice. The emphasis on customer orientation forces the marketeers to adopt a customer-oriented approach. Stages of consumer buying decision are problem recognition. Next is information seeking and then evaluation of alternatives. And the last is buying decision and post-purchase evaluation. Problem recognition is the beginning of the buying process. It is generally a slow process, but can occur fast when purchases are made impulsively. Information seeking follows the problem recognition stage. The search is mostly directed towards the products that are consistent with our needs. Then comes the evaluation of alternatives. After the alternative choices are evaluated, the brands are ranked and the top-ranking brand may be purchased. In post-purchase evaluation stage, the product has been bought and consumed. Customer segmentation is the practice of dividing a customer base into groups of individuals that are similar in specific ways, relevant to marketing. Consumer markets can be segmented on the following characteristics. These are geographic, demographic, psychographic, and behavioristic. Geographic segmentation is based on region, size of metropolitan, population density, and climate. Demographic segmentation variables are age, gender, family size, and family life cycle. Psychographic segmentation is based on lifestyle, activities, interest, and opinions. Behavioral segmentation is based on actual customer behavior towards products such as usage rate, benefits sought, etc. Customer-based brand equity (CBBE) model incorporates recent theoretical advances and managerial practices in understanding and influencing consumer behavior. The basic premise of the CBBE model is that the power of a brand lies in what customers have learned, felt, seen, and heard about the brand as a result of their experiences over time. According to the CBBE model, deciding on a positioning requires determining a frame of reference. It is necessary to decide 1. Who the target consumer is. 2. Who the main competitors are. 3. How the brand is similar to these competitors. And 4. How the brand is different from these competitors. A brand's reflection refers to the image of its buyers whom it seeks to address. It is the reflected image of its target customers in its communications. Reflection of a brand may just be a smaller portion or segment of the intended target customers or market. Blackwell 2001 defines preferences as attitudes towards one object in relation to another. Benefits and consumer perception are the main antecedents of brand preferences, which is as follows. BP equals to sigma PA plus CP, where BP is brand preferences, PA is product attributes, and CP is consumer perception. It is important to recognize the fact that not all traits in each dimension are transferable into brand characteristics. Brand personality refers to the set of human characteristics associated with a brand. Brand personality can be shaped and influenced by any direct or indirect contact that the consumer has with the brand. The indirect influences comprise of product-related features, product category, relationships, brand name, mark or emblem, and other marketing mix elements. Now let us check if you have understood the various concepts discussed in this lesson clearly. In problem recognition stage, the product has been bought and consumed. Right or wrong? Wrong. Emotional perspective views the consumer from the psychological angle. Right or wrong? Right. Demographic segmentation is based on actual consumer behavior towards products, such as usage rates and benefits sought. Right or wrong? Wrong. Before we end, let us briefly revise what we have studied so far. 4 perspectives of consumer behavior are: economists view consumers as being rational and utility maximizers. The passive view on consumer behavior holds an entirely opposite view. Emotional perspective views the consumer from the psychological angle. The cognitive perspective views consumers as capable of cognitive or thinking activity. Stages of consumer buying decision are problem recognition, information seeking, evaluation of alternatives, buying decision, and post-purchase evaluation. Customer segmentation is the practice of dividing a customer base into groups of individuals that are similar in specific ways relevant to marketing. Customer-based brand equity model incorporates recent theoretical advances and managerial practices in understanding and influencing consumer behavior. A brand's reflection refers to the image of its buyers whom it seeks to address. Brand personality refers to the set of human characteristics associated with a brand. Brand personality can be shaped and influenced by any direct or indirect contact that the consumer has with the brand.